Hello everyone. I don't know if you've seen this video of the cop and they fire on a minivan full of kids, but this video reminds me of a B movie, and at the end it looks like the Keystone Cops. I don't know, it's just very weird. And one thing that is very interesting is right in the beginning, the officer does not go to the driver's side, he goes to the passenger side. I've never known that to happen before. Anyway, have a look.
You're doing 71 back there and a 55, okay?
Oriana Farrell and a state police officer are arguing over a ticket.
And hear how the newscaster has to narrate the scenario. And that sounds kind of fake too. The newscasters in America just sound so like they're programming people.
Just south of Taos.
I'll be right back. Go ahead and turn the vehicle off for me.
But as the
So would he really go to the passenger side and talk to the driver from that side? I don't think so.
cop walks off, Farrell does the opposite, pulling away instead. So he pulls her over again. The officer isn't too happy.
Get out of the vehicle. Get out of the vehicle right now.
You can see the officer try to pull Farrell out while the 5 kids inside scream.
So you can't really see any kids in there or any activity, and also the microphones are really good, the sound between the officer and the woman. So does the officer wear a microphone to pick up everything?
Her 14-year-old.
And then he is going to be all narrated about.
Son gets out, but thinks again when the officer pulls his taser. The struggle continues.
The struggle continues.
Evading charges right now. You ran away from me, okay?
Pull back over. I didn't run away. You see my children. I'm not trying to do anything wrong. I'm just trying to take them to the real ground.
Finally,
Farrell agrees to get out and talk, but the conversation doesn't last long.
Turn around and face your vehicle. Man,
now would anyone walk away from an officer like this? I don't think people understand how to behave around officers to preserve your life, because New Mexico is one of the most corrupt police departments in the U.S. Well, anyway, they were investigated by the U.S. Department of Justice for shooting and killing too many people. Of all places in New Mexico, especially with what we have heard recently about what they have been doing with people who just ran a stop sign. Shocking.
Farrell and the cops struggle as she tries to get back into the van. While that happens...
Okay, now watch this. This guy gets out, and someone else gets out over here, and someone else gets out over there, but this camcorder dash cam video is edited. So how does that help with evidence?
The 14-year-old gets
See, here comes someone else right here, and someone else is getting out there.
out again.
And that person that was getting out there has disappeared. So where did they go? Just faded out. You see? Just faded out. Go very slowly. So here's someone getting out here. Police officers struggling there.
After a short tussle, the boy...
After a tussle. Then he runs away, gets back in the car.
It runs back into the mini...
Is he pointing a taser or a gun?
van. The officer
He closes the door, locks it.
tries to get him out while backup arrives.
Backup arrives.
Open the door! Open the door!
Farrell starts to drive off
Hear the sound effects of all the kids screaming?
while another officer fires at
And look, they have to highlight this like for dramatization, CBS. They're manipulating people's perception of this event.
the minivan full of kids as young as 6.
Oh my gosh, as young as 6. Where's he going? This one. Shooting at the car.
Farrell then takes them on a 4-minute high-speed chase into Taos, cutting into wrong-way traffic before eventually pulling over and giving up in front of a hotel. Her 14-year-old son is arrested, and so is she.
So there you go. So what about those police uniforms? How do we know those are real? How do we know this isn't a B movie that they're just, and they put it on the internet? How do we know? Because here are some police uniforms for sale that look kind of like those police uniforms we just saw. And then when I looked at police uniforms in New Mexico, they don't, most of them are black. All right, so New Mexico, Albuquerque. All right, here we go. Startup disk is almost full. Okay, images. So they don't look like what they're wearing. They all look very black. There's the killer, killed his wife. Okay, well, anyway, what else I want to show you is that may be some sort of psychological manipulation by the media to make people hate the police and act on things. I don't know. See, here's an Albuquerque Police Department uniform. Doesn't look like there's, I have no idea, but anyway. Okay, here is how to act when the police pull you over. This is really good advice, okay? Stay calm. From WikiHow. Step 1. Pull over in a safe place, showing your signal. Be considerate because the police meet up with some crazy people who they get surprised too. Officers have gotten shot in the face, so they're on the defensive. Okay, roll down the driver's side window and any windows that are tinted, and turn on your light, overhead light if it's dark. You roll up the windows, all the other windows, if you just roll down the driver's side. They go to the driver's side. That's why that video is kind of weird. Place the car in park and turn off the ignition. Put your keys on the dashboard so they know you're not going to run off. Don't make sudden movements or they're going to attack you like a dog. Keep your hands in plain sight, preferably on top of the steering wheel. Keep your fingers visible. Don't speak first. He'll ask for your license or registration. He's not obliged to tell you why he pulled you over. Reach towards your wallet or glove compartment, but do it slowly and deliberately. If you're in a dark area, the officer will follow your hands with his flashlight. Put your hands back on the wheel. so they know what you're doing. Keep your answers, this is important, keep your answers non-committal and brief. Open-ended questions can get you into trouble, especially if the officer is trying to extract admissions out of you. If you're asked to, do you know why I stopped you? Say no. If you're asked, do you know how fast you were going? Say yes. Because if you answer no to this question, it will lead the officer to believe that you are ignorant of the speed limit. So you say yes, you know. The officer asks, do you have a good reason that would make you need to hurry? Say no. If you say yes, you're incriminating yourself. Silence is not an admission of guilt. If he asks, have you been drinking? Say no. Because maybe they thought you were driving in an erratic manner. Alright, so comply with the orders by officers. If he sees illegal objects in plain view, he can open the door, reach in and get it. Probable cause, he can search your vehicle. Do not engage the officer in any unnecessary conversation. They know why they pulled you over. Anything you say may be used against you, so don't talk to them. Don't talk unless responding to a question from the officer. Sounds scary to live in the USA right now, and I haven't driven a car in 13 years, and it's okay to leave the USA and live in other countries. They love Americans. Most people love America. This is true. Chances are that the officer who stopped you assumes you know the other officer because of a prior violation or arrest. So don't say that you know so-and-so and name drop to get off. Do not exit the vehicle unless requested to do so. Anyway, you can go to Wiki to review this. And if you go to WikiHow and review how to deal with police officers, be polite and do not argue. Argue in court. And then go to WikiHow and watch this video. There's a video right here